The Park Hyatt Kyoto is a Category 8 Hyatt property in the heart of the city's historic Higashiyama district. If you're looking for convenience coupled with 5-star service, this might just be the place for you. I recently had the opportunity to try it out for myself. If you're new here, I'm Mel, and in today's video, I'll be taking you on a full tour of the Park Hyatt Kyoto. Get an up-close look at the hotel, my room, the amenities, the food, and even the neighborhood. What were my thoughts on this 5-star 1 Michelin key property? Is it worth the hefty price tag, and would I consider returning on my next visit? Come along with me today to find out. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. I was recently in Kyoto, Japan to watch my son perform with the Kyoto Symphony Orchestra. I had heard so many great things about the Park Hyatt Kyoto, so as soon as I knew I was going, I immediately checked for award availability. Sadly, even though I was trying to book 6 months in advance, there was no availability for the entire week I would be there. So I set an alert on Rooms.Aero, which is the hotel side of Seats.Aero, and one day I received a text alerting me to 1 night of availability. I went straight to the Hyatt site, grabbed the available room, transferred the points, and booked it. A multiple night stay would have been great, but I just resolved to enjoy every second of the time I would have. As my experience confirms, award availability at this particular Park Hyatt is hard to come by, especially if you're going during the busy season. One of the reasons that it's so popular for people booking with points is that it's a fantastic deal. During the period of time I was trying to book, rooms were going for 315,087 yen. That's more than $2,000 per night. In contrast, it cost me only 45,000 Hyatt points, an incredible deal. To make things even better, I was gifted a Hyatt Guest of Honor award, so even though I don't have Hyatt Globalist status, I would enjoy all the same perks. I was so grateful and incredibly excited. When the day of my reservation arrived, I took an Uber to the hotel because that part of town is not the most convenient for public transportation. I was greeted, relieved of my luggage, and led into the hotel. Even before I entered the building, I could feel the energy of the property. It's such a peaceful, calm feel. It's not what I would consider a fancy or flashy hotel, but one that pays attention to detail and has an understated elegance that I found appealing. Inside the lobby, the reception desk and the concierge desk are both on the left side. However, rather than having me check in at the desk, I was offered a seat instead. My passport and reservation information was collected, and I was able to relax while the check-in process was handled for me. I was also offered my choice of welcome drink, and I opted for the sake. I was soon informed that I had been upgraded from the 45 square meter standard king garden view room that I had booked to a 68 square meter deluxe king room with a view of the Yasaka Pagoda. It was a great start to my stay. The lobby area contains a few different seating areas, and from what I understand, this whole area is called the living room. The combination of lighting, the wood tones, and the fireplace work well to create an inviting, relaxing space. The hotel itself is built on a hill and designed to blend seamlessly into the neighborhood. It's stacked on a hill and nicely spread out with a maze of hallways, corridors, and outside paths that you only get a sense of if you have an aerial view or are walking from the lobby to your room. This is surprising, especially since the hotel is on the small side. Unlike most of the other 5-star properties in Kyoto, the Park Hyatt Kyoto only has 70 rooms and 9 of these are suites. I think the small size is a big advantage because it allows for the service to be very personalized. As I was being escorted to my room, we took an elevator to the 5th floor. There was a great view as we came off the elevator. and then I passed through a common area called the tea room. The area is serene with comfortable seating, nice views of the lush vegetation outside, and plenty of free bottled water. We then passed through automatic wooden doors to an outside garden path leading to the back building where my room was located. The property is beautifully landscaped and just so peaceful. Another automatic door, and yet another peaceful common area. This one is known as the library. And finally, another set of elevators that we took to the 6th floor. Upon exiting, we made our way down a quiet hallway, dimly lit by lantern-style lights, to room 602. I was impressed from the minute I stepped inside. The entryway itself is well lit, spacious, and lined on both sides with wooden furniture and cabinets. We'll look more carefully at these later. The bathroom is on the left. And the main room is straight ahead. The room itself is really spacious, and I love the wood tones throughout the room, especially the ceiling. The muted, calm color palette, the crisp white linens on the bed, the simple, clean lines of the room, and the minimalist and tasteful approach to displaying artwork. Overall, I love the aesthetic of the space and how it combines Japanese design elements with modern convenience. The best description I can come up with is understated elegance. And because of the simplicity, the view is allowed to take center stage. And what a view it is with the beautiful Yasaka Pagoda. It's worth noting that in addition to automatic room darkening shades, which I'll show you later, you can also use the screens to provide privacy while still allowing for the sunlight to come in. Before getting a closer look at the details and the other parts of the room, let's check out the note and welcome gift I found waiting for me on the table. Since I'm such a fan of sweets, this was the perfect gift for me. Now let's get a closer look at a few of the details of the room. Everything is so well thought out and beautifully displayed. I thought the bathroom was beautiful too, and I was surprised at the large size. There's a double vanity, a glassed-in room with both a steam shower and a bathtub. The shower has both rain and handheld shower heads. And the amenities are from Lalabo. Next door is a separate room with a toilet. And I love how it opens up as soon as you enter the space. As expected, it's a Toto bidet toilet with all the options. There are also bathrobes and a shelving unit that holds extra towels, the blow dryer, and a box full of complimentary amenities. If you need something else, there's a long list of items you can request, including some unusual things like a lint roller, a heat pack, laundry detergent, nail polish remover, nail clippers, and even instant noodles. The tea and coffee service and the minibar are all housed in this sleek credenza. Coffee and tea service is complimentary, and both the Nespresso water reservoir and the tea kettle are filled with fresh water, so they're ready for brewing. On the other side are bottles of alcohol and a list of the minibar prices. But that's not all. The drawers below contain wine glasses, wine, and snacks that come with a charge. The complimentary coffee and tea supplies, all of which I must say were excellent quality, and a traditional minibar of cold beverages. For storage, there are 3 floor-to-ceiling cabinets in the entryway. The first contains drawers and a place to hang clothes. 2 drawers were left empty for your items, and the other 2 provided amenities, pajamas, and laundry and shoe shine supplies. Honestly, the amount of storage in the room was impressive, maybe the most I've ever seen. In case you're interested in seeing how the size of this room compares to the hotel's standard-sized rooms, this is the hotel floor map. As you can see, this room and the one next door are the largest on the floor. Now that we've taken a good look at the room, let's get a feel for the location of the Park Hyatt by heading outside. One of the big advantages of the Park Hyatt Kyoto Hotel is its location. The property is located in the heart of the feudal-era Higashiyama district, and within walking distance to a few of Kyoto's top attractions. Right at your doorstep is the famous Gion district, famous for its historic architecture, traditional tea houses, and 2 notable forms of Japanese entertainment, kabuki and geisha. There are also plenty of shops and restaurants, as well as businesses that rent geisha costumes to tourists interested in Instagram-worthy photo shoots. You'll also find the famous Yasaka Shinto shrine here. It's the same one you can see from the hotel window. But perhaps the most famous site is the Kiyomitsu Dera Temple. Climb the stairs to get a closer look. And as an added bonus, you'll be treated to some beautiful aerial views of Kyoto. While there is plenty to see and do near the hotel, you might be tempted to stay in and enjoy the hotel amenities. The 3rd floor of the main building houses the hotel's wellness center, which offers a few different options. First, the fitness center runs the length of the corridor with techno gym cardio equipment on one side, and a weight room on the other side. There are also refreshment stations offering a choice of bottled water or detox water. Further down the same corridor is the Japanese bathhouse. There are separate facilities for men and women. Each includes a changing area with towels, lockers, and a place to get ready. The actual bathhouse is actually quite small, with a steam room, a sauna, a hot tub and a cold plunge tub, and showers on either side. The bathhouse can accommodate 1 or 2 people at a time, and it was very nice, but there would definitely be issues if multiple people showed up at the same time. It's also worth noting that it's open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., and you don't need to make a reservation. However, if you plan to visit the spa, which is also on the 3rd floor, reservations are recommended. The spa offers a nice mix of traditional and Japanese options, and the prices seemed pretty reasonable to me. Earlier in the day, one of the Park Hyatt staff members told me that there was a terrace on the 4th floor with great views of the sunset. So I headed up there to catch it. The terrace is actually located between Yasaka, the hotel's signature restaurant, and Kohaku, their popular bar. The view did not disappoint. And not long after, the sun started to dip below the horizon, and I was treated to a breathtaking view as the warm hues of the setting sun cast a soft glow on the Kyoto landscape. I could have stood there forever, but the Park Hyatt Kyoto hosts a complimentary champagne hour for globalists and suite guests from 5 to 6 p.m. in the living room. So I headed down and enjoyed both the champagne and the atmosphere before heading off to dinner with my son. When I returned to my room after dinner, I noticed that housekeeping had already been by to do the turn-down service. They had closed the room darkening blinds, provided fresh ice, and prepared my bed and side table for the night. After a great night of sleep, I raised the blinds and welcomed the day. I then headed down for breakfast, which is served in the Kyoto Bistro on the 1st floor of the hotel. Globalists can receive a complimentary Western breakfast or a discounted Japanese breakfast, prepared by Kyoyomato, which is the hotel's Michelin-starred restaurant. I went with the Western breakfast, and in addition to having access to the buffet, I was also given a menu and allowed to select a main dish, coffee or tea, and juice. In addition to my cappuccino, I put in an order for avocado toast, and then went to help myself to the buffet. The buffet was on the smaller side, but I thought the options were very appealing. While simple, the yogurt and berries were exactly what I was in the mood for, and I also thought that the detox juice was fresh and tasty. Minutes later, my avocado toast arrived, and again, I was really pleased with the quality and the taste. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed my breakfast. So as my time at the Park Hyatt drew to a close, what were my thoughts on my stay? And did I think my experience was worth over $2,000 a night? Overall, it's probably no surprise that I'm a big fan of the Park Hyatt Kyoto. When they were designing the hotel, I think they were aiming for a very particular aesthetic and atmosphere. And in my opinion, they 100% achieved it. I felt peaceful and relaxed throughout my stay, I think more than any other hotel I've ever experienced. I think they achieved this in a few ways. It goes without saying that the design itself contributes to the peaceful atmosphere. But there's more to it than that. The property is spread out with beautiful hallways, corridors, and nature paths, connecting one's room to the common areas of the hotel. So not only did I not feel like I was at a busy hotel, but I literally rarely saw anyone as I walked from building to building. I often felt like I had the entire place to myself. And because the hotel has only 70 rooms, The service is personalized, and as a result, reinforces that feeling. But I do have a couple of things I wish were different. First, I think they should have designed the wellness center differently. One small bathhouse for women and one for men was not a problem during my stay, but I'm guessing it must present an issue from time to time. With 70 rooms, I think they need a space that accommodates more than 1 to 2 people at a time, especially since there's no pool on site. Second, I think the Japanese breakfast should be complimentary. The surcharge is not large, but why even charge it? With room rates as high as they are, I think both options for breakfast should be free. But those are really the only 2 things I could come up with. Neither are a big deal to me, but I always want to present the full picture in my reviews. So based on my overall experience at the Park Hyatt Kyoto, would I spend $2,000 for one night? Honestly, I would not. But I also can't imagine any hotel being worth that much to me. But was it worth my 45,000 Hyatt points? Absolutely yes. I would definitely love to return, and I would be more than happy to stay multiple nights if I could find award availability for a longer stay. Hopefully next time. This is a good time to mention that, as always, my travel experiences are not paid for, sponsored, or discounted in any way, and nobody was informed that I was doing this review. If you enjoyed this tour and review, let me know in the comments. And if you've had a chance to stay at the Park Hyatt Kyoto yourself, what was your experience? I'd love to hear your thoughts and whether you think the experience justifies the price tag. Also, if you enjoy content like this, I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It really helps the channel. Until next time, happy travels.